What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about the top 5 short squeeze stocks that you need to add to your watch list. So I'm going to go over all the things you need to know, but first make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with stock number 5, although they're not in any particular order, ticker is WOLF. So sitting at 280 over the last 1 year, it is down 66.5%, but over the last 1 month, it is up 107%. Very volatile. So do your own due diligence and all the fun jazz, but this is what they do in case you are curious. So semiconductor, 3,400 employees. Right now, 31.96% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 49.6 million shares overall being shorted. Shorts surprisingly have returned quite a lot since it looks like June, when the short interest was around 50%. At that time, a lot of bankruptcy concerns. As far as I'm aware, it looks like they came to some kind of agreement with the creditors, so they're kind of out of harm's way for right now, but maybe shorts are doubling down, assuming that will fail. So again, just kind of research it a little bit more. But right now, short score, so the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening, is sitting at 81.86. Cost to borrow average, 393. So that is an annual rate, not a daily rate. Just be aware of that. And then through IBKR does indicate a lonely 300 shares is available to be shorted. So whenever you see stocks such as this, where it's limited supply, you could be seeing some buying from big players, BlackRock, Vanguard, and so forth, as they love to buy stocks like this just for the purposes of lending out, because through even IBKR, cost to borrow is 273%. That's very high, very juicy, and I'm sure you will be seeing some buying over the next little bit. And so yeah, this is stock number 5, so add this one to your watch list. Moving on to the next one, ticker is FLUX, sitting at 258. So right now it is down 10% over the last 1 year. It is down 19.63, but over the last 1 month, it is up 37.36%. So definitely doing still fairly good, a lot of good momentum. And this is what they do. So electrical components and equipment based out of the States. Right now, 9.41% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 1.04 million shares. So for those of you that have watched a lot of my videos in the past, you know I don't always choose the most heavily shorted stocks, like 60+% short interest. I choose stocks that have some good pre-existing momentum, as well as shorts being overextended. So even when it comes down to this stock, DTC is sitting at 4.13 days. So that does factor in the average volume in comparison to number of shares being shorted. So shorts definitely are overextended in this case, and it looks as though that it is by far at all-time high short interest numbers. Normally, it seems to be gravitating roughly around that 2 to 3% range throughout 2025. Even earlier in 2024, it was like at less than 1%. So shorts have been very reactive to the stock price. At the time of doing this video, shorts are returning roughly around 13,000 shares, give or take. Through IBKR, it does indicate roughly around 45,000 shares. So you could be seeing some buying. And on the rare occasion that this does happen, you actually see some sites or insights to naked shorting. And I know that's very hard to prove and everything, but right now there is 1.04 million shares overall are being shorted, but yet the shares on loan is 777,000. So there's more shares being shorted than on loan. So this stock definitely has that interesting element of naked shorting as well. So again, add this one to your watch list. Moving on, Opendoor is down slightly. So that is stock number 3, sitting at 1013. Over the last 1 year though, it is up 324%. Over the last 1 month, up 169. This is what they do on a side note. So company profile, so real estate services, 1,400 employees based out of the States. 24.42% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 160 million shares overall being shorted. Shorts right now are returning just shy of around 2 million shares. Cost to borrow average kind of on the low end, so 5.85%. Short score is 69.38, and then DTC is 0.52 days. Shorts have been somewhat lingering between that, I'd say 22 and 25% range, since they did return quite a lot at the beginning of August, but still they are lingering. So again, add this one to your watch list. Through IBKR, there's a lot of available shares, so you won't be seeing any buying just for the purposes of lending out. And on a side note, cost to borrow is kind of on the low end, so it's not really advantageous for for any big money to really buy it to lend out. So again, add this one to your watch list. Moving on to stock number 2, you have AtlasClear Holdings sitting at $1.51. It is pulling back slightly, down 6.79% over the last 1 year. It is down 82.33%, but over the last 1 month, up 582%. So a lot of good momentum with this stock. This is what they do. So investment banking and brokerage based out of the States. And right now, 49.37% of the free float's being shorted, which does work out to be 7.67 million shares overall being shorted. Time of doing this video, shorts are returning 784,000. Cost to borrow average, kind of still on the low end, so 17.2. Short score is 72.39. Through IBKR does indicate 600,000 shares is available. So you might be seeing some buying, but here's a good example of why it jumps from, let's say, 55 to 600,000 is because some institution did buy just for the purposes of lending out. So again, this is why I kind of brought that up. But nonetheless, this stock, definitely shorts are overextended, and there is a lot of good momentum behind the scenes, even though it is consolidating a little bit today. And then moving on to stock number 1, ticker is SONN, sitting at 720. Over the last 1 year, it is down 8.69%, but over the last 1 month, up 108.65%. This is what they do. So biotech, 13 employees based out of the States, and 30.65% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 2.08 million shares. So it is at all-time high for short interest, and it looks as though prior to, I guess, it gaining some popularity in July, short interest was roughly around 2%, 1.9%. So definitely shorts have been doubling and tripling down on this stock. Cost to borrow average 381.48%, short score 81.3, and then through IBKR does indicate a lonely 1,000 shares. So most likely this stock as well will be getting some buying in the next little bit just to lend out. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Is there any other squeeze plays that you feel could really move higher? And if so, throw some tickers in the description below. One final thing, if you are looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, pop over to my Patreon. I put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades, many of which have been absolutely on point. Worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.